The eligibility criteria was refractory to IMiDs, proteasome inhibitors, and a CD38 antibody. Some of those patients were intolerant, but for the most part, a majority of them were resistant to a CD38 antibody. And if you start to look at who these patients were in terms of median prior lines of therapy, it was over 5 for both arms. So a very heavily pretreated refractory myeloma patient population. What we saw in terms of overall response rate was about a 32% overall response rate in the 2.5 mg per kg group and 35% response rate in the 3.4 milligram per kilogram group. And what we really demonstrated in this longer term follow-up now, the PFS was right around 3 months for both of those two arms, not statistically different. But what was quite interesting was the duration of response, because that's where the differences really began to play out. In the 2.5 mg per kg arm, it was 11 months. In the 3.4 mg per kg group, it was 6.2 months. And the reason that I'm spending so much time really focusing on the duration of response curve is that duration of response to me is an amalgamation of both response rate and tolerability of the drug. And what we learned is that the 2.5 mg per kg appears to be a better tolerated drug, and the response duration was much longer in the lower dose than with the higher dose. And I think those are important pieces of information to put together.